Hey guys, I just watched the most moving tribute ever to Coach Howard Childress by Leo Stallworth. And man, he captured it. He nailed it. And I appreciate that so much. And he was talking about coaches paddling, coaches busting boys' butts. And I'm going to tell you something. When I was a kid in school, Coach Childress busted my butt more times than I can remember. But I tell a story a lot, and I want to tell this story because it prompted me to. But if you grew up in Coleman and you had him as a teacher and a coach, and you were a boy, and you acted out, you got it, and you needed it. You know what? And it helped change our lives, man. But one time, I'll never forget this story. One time, I don't know what I'd done. There's no telling. I think I was in a shoving match with some kid in the field house. I don't know. Coach Childress walked in. He said, "Crenshaw, come with me, boy." And I'm like, oh, here it comes. And he took me in his office there. And I'd been there a few times. Actually, I'd been there several times. And he commenced to chewing on me. And he got that paddle. He said, "You see this paddle, boy?" "Yes, sir." I knew what was coming. He said, "You see that desk?" I said, "Yes, sir." And that was always the time he would say, "Bend over that desk." And he'd give you a lick or two, or a couple, maybe two or three if you really needed it. And he said, "You see that desk?" And I said, "Yes, sir." And he said, "Here's what's about to happen." And I'm like, oh, man. And I knew something was different. And I thought, is he going to kill me this time? I probably deserve to die. The world would be better off without me. You know, I'm sitting there thinking this stuff. He said, "You see this paddle? You see this disc?" "Yes, sir. Yes, sir." He said, "Here's what I'm fixing to do with that paddle." I'm thinking, man, just get it over with. Just do it. He said, "I'm about to take this paddle and I'm going to whap it on the side of that desk." And I'm thinking, Coach done lost his mind. And he said, "And when I do, you better yell. And when I open that door, you better walk out of this office rubbing your butt and crying. Can you do that?" And I'm like, "Yes, sir, I think I can. I'll never forget this." And he whacked the side of that desk with that paddle, and he opened that door, and I went out rubbing my butt, and all the boys was laughing and catcalling, you know, and doing their thing. And he said, "You better not tell anybody about it." Well, Coach, I'm sorry, but I've been telling that story for decades now. But he would always tell me, "Crenshaw, you're better than that. You can be something." I didn't think I could be anything, man. Coach Childress always encouraged you, no matter who you are. Here I was, a kid from a poor family, no athletic ability whatsoever. I was about as smart as a rock. And yet this coach always, this man, this great man always encouraged me. I remember when we were in, I believe, the sixth grade, and one of the little gals that we ran with, by the time I was in the sixth grade, I'd made a career choice. I had decided that I wanted to be a professional drug user or drug addict. And one of the little gals got a hold of a teacher's edition. I think he taught us science or health. I don't remember what subject it was. But they got a hold of a teacher's edition. There was about 4 or 5 of us that were dumb as the proverbial rock, and all of a sudden we're making straight hundreds on all of our stuff. And I don't know how long Coach knew that we had gotten hold accidentally of a teacher's edition, but he knew, and he got us, and he busted our butts, and we deserved it. And it was funny now. It wasn't funny then, but he always made you feel like you could be something. Coach Childress, a man of integrity, a man of honor, a man that was loved by anybody and everybody that ever came across his path. I went on in life and lived a lot of messed up years, and finally came around and doing my thing now. And about, I don't know how many years ago it's been now. It's probably, I'm going to say 5 or 6 years ago. It may not have been that long. It may have been longer. I was in Underwoods one Sunday afternoon after church eating lunch. And I looked over there across the room, and there sat Coach Childress. And I hadn't seen him in probably over a decade. I hadn't seen him in a long time, maybe longer than that. And I looked over there and I recognized him. That's Coach Childers. He was older and he was a little bit frail looking. He had aged. And I walked over there and hey, Coach. And I didn't think he'd know who I was because I think I look a lot different than I did when I was a kid. I said, Coach Childers? He said, Kelly Crenshaw. And he hugged my neck. He said, I've listened to you sometimes on the radio. I'm like, what? He said, I'm proud of you, boy. You've done something with your life. And I guess all of my life, man, I didn't realize it, but I longed for that kind of affirmation from a man of integrity and a man of honor. And Coach Childers telling me that he was proud of me, happy for what I've done in life, and I've done nothing. I'm just an old redneck idiot. But him telling me that was an amazing thing. We all loved Coach Childers. We called him Coach. Coach. It was Coach. And we got to call him Coach, but Reggie got to call him Dad. I can't even begin to imagine that kind of honor. We called him Coach. Reggie called him Dad. God bless you. This world was a better place with Howard Childers in it, Coach Childers in it. And heaven is a much better place today because he's there. Coach, you helped change my life, and I'll always love you for it.
Very good. Thank you, Mr. Scott. Kirk out.